Dating in Atlanta is really a trip. It's easy to meet single people here all the time, but let me tell y'all a story. So I met someone on New Year and they asked for my number and asked me on a date. We went to the midnight room, which I had never been there before, and it was really, really nice. The ambiance was cool, the drinks were really good and strong, and the food was absolutely delicious. So we're vibing, we're having a good time, and he's like, third spot is in walking distance, so we should go there. And for anybody who doesn't know what third spot is or doesn't live in Atlanta, it's basically a place that has like games.
All right, so the reason why I laugh is because I live in Atlanta, right? So I know what third spot is, right? It's a game spot or whatnot, but it's an expensive game spot. It's like going to like Dave and Buster's or any. I mean, it's a different type of game spot, but you spending money is what I'm saying. So if you on a first date, if you already going to get drinks and food, I imagine that you already spent somewhere close to 70, 80, maybe $100, right? Because y'all probably got 2 drinks a piece, got some food. Yeah, you spending about $100. So in my head, if I'm on a first date, there's no way I'm trying to go to a second location, let alone a game spot where you're gonna spend another 100 and you're not even sure about this chick. You know what I'm saying? So already you messing up.
He's like, things for you to do. He gets the bill and he doesn't ask me for anything, but he gets the bill and he's like, yo, so I'm not really sure about like third spot. You know, this is a little more than what I wanted and it's the first date. Mind you, I'm not mad. He's correct. It's the first date. I'm really still trying to catch the vibe and see if we're hitting it off.
And she agreed. Like, what you got to understand, like, I used to be a big fan of like going to bowl. Like, I used to like going because I like bowling, right? So I'll go bowling with chicks on the first date. But what I realized, especially in today's time, bowling is expensive. Like, and what I mean is, if you play 3 rounds of bowling, especially on the weekends, man, you running up $70, $80. You know what I'm saying? So doing games and doing stuff like Top Golf or like game spots or bowling on a first date, I would say those type of things for when you are already been dealing with the woman for a minute. Because doing those things early on, it's not worth the squeeze. You should be doing things to where you can get to know the person, not doing some fun activities. Fun activities for me are meant for people that I already enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody I'm trying to get to know because I don't even know you yet. So it's like, I'm good.
Catch the vibe and see if we're hitting it off or not, and see if we're gonna do a second date or not. Mind you, it's freezing and I really don't want to walk over there. So he was glad I was cool about it. We move on. Fast forward to the next day. The next day, he texted me about a second date, and he also told me what he wanted me to wear, which he also told me what he wanted me to wear on the previous date as well. I didn't mention that. And in a way, it's kind of cute because the first time we met on New Year's, I was in all white.
Yeah, it's kind of cute until she don't think it's cute no more. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, what you got to understand, when you do stuff out of progression, yeah, she gonna think it's cute at first, right? That's why she said that. Yeah, she think it's cute. You're telling her what to wear. But, dude, that ain't your girlfriend, and you just met her. So it kind of sounds controlling, but also too, it's out of sequence because that's type of stuff that you tell your girl. You don't have no right to say that to a woman you just met. You know what I'm saying? The woman's gonna kind of feel like, oh, he thinks that he got me on lock. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna think that you already won. So I'm just telling you how those little things add up like that. You don't do stuff that's out of sequence.
I was in all white, so then he was like, I want to see you in all black. So this time he's like, I want us to do a date where we chill and we hang together and we cook some dinner, and I want you to wear like some dress down clothes because I've been seeing you dressed up. I'm hanging on to the words. I'm trying to see where
he trying to finesse now. He trying to like get her to the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's cook some food. Like, you know what I'm saying? He trying to pull one over. But man, like, again, here's the rule of thumb, right? If you go out with a chick on the first date, right? If she doesn't come back to your crib after the date, then on the second date, you still need to go to another public place. Because before you invite a woman to your spot, you need to make sure she's already been to your spot. And to do that, the best and most efficient way to do that is after the date. So here, and what you do is, this is how it works, right? On the first date, if she don't come back after the date, she's not cool with it, she's not comfortable or whatever, boom, you do a second date. On the second date, if she still don't come back after that, you do one more final date where you go out with her and try to see if she's come back to your spot. And if she doesn't want to do it then you kind of cut your losses. You just met her 2 weeks ago and you invited her straight to the crib and she ain't never been through before. She ain't finna go for that.
I want to see you in all black. So this time he's like, I want us to do a date where we chill and we hang together and we cook some dinner, and I want you to wear like some dress down clothes because I've been seeing you dressed up. I'm hanging on to the words. I'm trying to see where it's headed. And then he says, and yeah, one more thing that I want you to do. I also want you to bring a bag with some lingerie and some other stuff. He had already lost me at doing labor for a dinner date.
You asking her to bring lingerie over and you ain't never even slept with her. Come on, dog, come on. That's something you never do. You don't hint at sexual activity when you've never been sexual with that particular woman. That's something you do when you already sleeping with her. You don't do that prematurely. You know what I'm saying? Like come on, man. Come on, man. You don't ask for her to bring lingerie over because that's what that is implying is you want the sex to happen. You know what I'm saying? Now she know what you want. The game is over with. She didn't call your bluff. You got to call a woman's bluff.
But I mean, it was sounding cute because he was like, I want us to like chill and laugh in the store and like make the food together and have a good time. So I was trying to be a good sport. But at this point, I'm like, hell no. So, I expressed myself.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, women always think stuff is cute. Like, oh, that's cute. I like that. But then they brain turn on. It's like, oh, dude, I just met you. You know what I'm saying? She starts to remember, oh, I just met you. Now you like boo-boo the fool. And it's like, bro, why would you even bring that up? Like, dude, just go on a date with her. And if you make her comfortable, she'll come back to your spot. See, we be trying to complicate these things and bring lingerie over. But you ain't never even slept with her before.
He insists at that point that he's going to make sure it's a good time for me. At this point, I do what every woman dating over 30 in Atlanta does, and I request money because if you're that bold to ask for what you want, then I'm bold enough to ask.
Now, I know it's a thing, not just in Atlanta, but I know it's a thing now that, obviously we know women use dudes for their pockets, right? But in this circumstance, I kind of agree with her. If you're going to be bold enough to ask her to bring lingerie over, then yeah, she going to, hey, if you pay me, I'll bring it over and still not give you none. Women are not, they can get sex from anybody, right? They can get it from anybody. So the fact that you led with, oh, bring some lingerie over. Dude, like who said y'all even finna sleep together? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the thing what you got to understand. Women that's not how they operate. Like women have to feel like by them giving it up to you, that it brings some sort of value, right? Because if it's the opposite way around where you're the one that's putting it on the pedestal and you're trying to like, oh, bring over lingerie, you're the one pressing for it, they ain't gonna be down for it. You can't be pressed about the sex. You just have to make sure you have a good time with the woman. You're not pressed for the sex and stuff like that. Now I'm not saying to not be assertive, but what I'm saying is you can't lead with sexual innuendos, if that makes sense.
For what I want. He says we're not on the same page. I say exactly, we move on. Why has he texted me every day since then? He sent a candle emoji. I didn't know there was a candle emoji. He sent a candle emoji talking about just in case. Is he leaving the light on, babe? Blow it out. Extinguish that.
And that's the thing. She called your bluff. That it's on you. It's not the fact that, bro, you the one that did that to yourself. And that's what a lot of us men do. We do stuff out of sequence. For one, don't just invite a woman straight to your spot if she's never been to your spot. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever do that. You always got to keep it public until she's willing to come back after y'all are in public. And then after that, that's when you can start just inviting her over because now she done been over to your spot. And then for two, the lingerie thing, you don't say stuff like that until you're already sleeping with her. You know what I'm saying? That's reserved for when you're already sleeping with her because again, it's about sequence and progression. When you do things out of sequence, you're messing up the progression. So how you start the beginning is so important because this dude could have went on to have some type of situation with her, but he messed it up from the jump. So just be careful, man. Be careful because with women, you got to make them feel safe and feel comfortable. And when you're pressed for stuff, they not pressed for it because they can get it from anybody. So just remember that. All right, guys, that's my video for today, man. Appreciate you guys as always for coming over to the channel. And until the next time, guys, deuces.